Y'all, I had to restart my live. I'm sorry, but y'all come in the building, come in the building, come in the building. Y'all, this is my first live in a long time. I've been busy, but y'all, happy Saturday. We are going to be talking about the Carmelo Anthony trial. And if you guys don't know, which I know a lot of people knows because this is a high profile case, Carmelo Anthony is accused of unaliving Austin Metcalf. I think it's Austin, one of the twin boys. I believe his name is Austin. He's being charged for unaliving Austin Metcalf, which was another student at the high school. They were having a track meet, had an altercation, had a situation, and then the next thing you know, Austin Metcalf, I believe that's his name, one of the twins. Yes, Bronze, we back. Welcome back, Bronze. Welcome back, y'all. Come in the building. Come. One of the twins was unalive, so it's sad. It's very sad that this young gentleman lost his life, and it's sad that you know Carmelo Anthony is like facing what may look like a very long time in prison. What I want to say is I'm going to give my 1000% my opinion. This is just my opinion. Now we're gonna go with Say Cheese. Shout out to Say Cheese. We're going to do reaction to Say Cheese because Charleston White has got with the Carmelo Anthony family and has talked to the father, learned a little bit more about Carmelo Anthony, and Carmelo Anthony's father wants Charleston White to come tomorrow to go visit and view the video of the situation. Now, what I want to say, and everybody, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Hey, my baby. Okay. My baby said, there it goes. Yes. Okay, I clicked on the right one. I don't know why I clicked on the wrong one, but thank you for that, baby. Thank you. But what I want to say is my opinion, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. My family sits with all nationalities, so I'm not for left or for right. I'm for what is right. So what I have to say is that in my experience, and I'm saying because this situation has brought about a house, like divided house, and a lot of people are divided as far as some different races, ethnicities. They're kind of all like in the corners, in their own little corners per se. But what I want to say is that fair is fair and right is right all day long, no matter how you slice it, dice it, and chop it up. My family is mixed with everything: Mexican, white, black, Asian, Chinese, everything that you can imagine around the table at my house for Thanksgiving. So I want to say that. So this is my honest opinion because I'm speaking about like when I went to the Diddy trial, me and Jamil, we went to the Diddy trial, and before the Diddy trial, remember they were putting out stuff. Oh, there's kids. Oh, Justin Bieber, this, that, and the third, and we ain't seen none of that. So what I'm saying is that these people, these news medias and big YouTube channels have this thing where they push out a narrative on what they want it to be because it's like they're already saying that Carmelo Anthony is guilty and they're trying to send him to a prison for the rest of his life or to send him to, HE double hockey sticks in gasoline draws. And they're not even giving Carmelo Anthony, the news stations, and all these, big YouTubers who are just like automatically saying that he's going to the moon. They're not even like saying anything as far as like why was this boy pushing up on Carmelo Anthony. Now let's be for real, let's be honest. Tell me one person that somebody is going to be able to come up to them and push them and they say, oh, thank you for the push. Oh, okay, thank you for the push. I'm gonna go and just go walk home. No, absolutely not. Once you provoke somebody, and I'm saying I don't care what color you are, like I said, it doesn't matter. Once you provoke somebody, you put hands on somebody, like even though they were doing their little talking, that's not illegal. But once you start provoking somebody and then you push and giving, a push, You're putting your hands on somebody, that is when the situation goes to a whole nother level. Like there's nobody in this God's green earth, except for somebody said a nerd, that's gonna allow you to come up and push them, slap them, and say, "Oh, thank you for the slap. Oh, thank you for the push." No, absolutely not. Go to prison. Anybody got family in prison? Ask them the next time that you talk to them, if a person comes up and pushes them or slaps them anywhere in the prison, will they just walk away? Let's be for real, let's be honest. At the Diddy trial, like I said, they were pushing out these narratives saying that there's kids and stuff. And I was even reporting because I'm like, this is what I'm getting. These kids, there's kids, and there's a Justin Bieber and things like that. And there's this and there's that Diddy did. And I'm not saying Diddy is an angel by no means at all. I'm saying is if you commit a crime, what was the reason behind you committing the crime? And what did you do? What did the other person do? And be fair about the whole situation. There's no way that anybody, all these people in this world, would allow somebody to come up to them and they can talk and do whatever, cuss you out up and down or whatever. But when somebody puts their hands on you, slaps you, you're not going to stand there and say, "Thank you for the slap. I appreciate it. Okay, can I go home? I'm going to walk home. I'm just going to get in my car and I'm not going to say nothing." Absolutely not. So with that being said, there was a video that I found. There was somebody that was in the courtroom and somebody that was around the court, outside the court, and they did a video and they said what really happened is not what they're really putting out about what happened to Carmelo Anthony. What they're saying, what they're getting, and I cannot confirm. I'm just going off of what I'm hearing off of these videos and what Charleston White has to say. They are not putting out that Carmelo Anthony was allegedly jumped by four boys, both of the twins and two other little boys. So they're not putting that out. They're trying to make it like Carmelo Anthony put the knife in his bag and he was like, "I'm just gonna go unalive somebody today." No. I used to carry a knife and it wasn't to be fighting. It was not for that purpose at all. It was for if I get an accident or if I want to cut up my fruit or if I needed to cut something, around me, not to do any hurt, harm, or danger to anybody. So you cannot tell me for one moment, and I don't care what nobody says, because this is my whole own humble opinion. I don't care what color you are. I'm saying that I don't believe he just said, "Oh, I want to go out and just unalive somebody." Yeah, I just want to unalive somebody. Why is he being charged with murder and not with manslaughter? Let's be for real, let's be honest. He was even in there saying that, is he okay, saying that like he was concerned when the police, apprehended him. He was concerned. He was like, they say crying. He was concerned to see if he was okay. Like it wasn't like, "Oh, I don't give a, bleep, bleep, bleep. Yeah, that joker, he did this to me. He did that to me. I don't give a flying F, the F bomb. I don't care." No, he was like, emotional. He was like, "I did it." He's not saying I didn't do it. So I don't care. People can miss me with all of that news, all the news media that they're not putting out what really, really happened. They only putting out one side. Why isn't everybody rushing to see like what happened and trying to see like the video? Why aren't they doing that? But y'all, let's go check out this video. Charleston White, he's been a reborn again, I guess maybe a Christian, because he came and he apologized because, like I said, I don't know when it was, maybe last year. I didn't see the video, but Charleston White and Aiden Ross. Aiden Ross is a young rich like gamer or whatever. And him, Charleston White and Aiden Ross gave money to the Metcalf family. And Charleston White even speaks good of the Metcalf's mother, but the dad, they said the dad was like a deadbeat dad. Now I can't confirm nor deny any of this, but all I'm saying is we have to read and listen and really make our own decisions on what is being put out. Like these narratives is kind of crazy. You are saying all these things, but you're not saying or trying to even make sense of why is somebody else putting hands on you and you're supposed to be okay with it. They from what I'm saying, in my honest opinion, it was a situation, it was bad on both sides. But when somebody puts their hands on you, it's a whole different game changer. And I don't care what nobody says. This is my opinion. Nobody can pay me to say, "Oh, yeah, just say that yeah, that he did this and just say that he did that." No, I'm going to say what's right. I'm not going to say and follow nobody. I am a leader. I'm not a follower. So you can't come and pay me $1 million to say a lie or spin off this lying narrative about what happened between these young boys. They were young. And then come on now, when we was like 21, come on now, 18 years old. It's different when you're 1,000 years old. Your reaction is going to be different. Now, my reaction ain't gonna be different if somebody put their hands on me. I'm sorry. My hands, my mouth, my tongue, feet, whatever is not going to allow somebody to put their hands on me. I'm not, and nobody in this building or in on earth is going to allow somebody to push them and they be okay with it. I'm sorry. I don't care what nobody says. Let's be for real. Let's be honest. But y'all, let's turn it around. Listen to Charleston White. See what he has to say. Because Charleston White, he has been baptized and he has been I can't say filled with the Holy Ghost, but he is, saying his apology to the Carmelo Anthony family on Say Cheese TV. And like I said, Say Cheese TV did this interview, just came out just a little while ago. It's breaking news. And Charleston White is going to Carmelo Anthony's father wants Charleston White to come see the video footage because there was, these teeny boppers. They got cameras, they're recording everything, and they got some video footage of the situation. And Carmelo Anthony's father wants Charleston White to come, I believe he said tomorrow, to go and look at the video footage. So what is going to be, found from what I'm saying, I'm being told from what this other person is saying, that there was 4 boys that jumped Carmelo Anthony, but they're not putting that out. They're not putting that out. They're not going to say that. They trying to spin off a narrative and they're trying to send Carmelo Anthony to the moon. Like I said, I don't care if the roles were reversed, if it was a different nationality. I'm going for what's right. When you put your hands on somebody, point blank period, I don't care what all the other evidence and all this other stuff says. When you lay hands on somebody, guess what's going to happen to you? It's going to be a bad situation. Now, I'm not saying what he did was right, excessive, but when it's just like a baby snake or like a baby, like a dog or a puppy. When they react and they bite you, they're because they're young. They can't really control. They haven't experienced much of things of that sort in life. But let's see what he says. Let's see what Charleston White got to say. Let's check it out. Shout out to Say Cheese TV. This is a reaction, y'all.
So let me just say, since I said that, I want to take the time to apologize to Carmelo Anthony's family. Uh, man, I was all the way wrong about that kid. I was all the way wrong about that kid, homie.
Yeah, you just indicted.
I was all the way wrong about that kid. I met with his father. I've been meeting with his father regularly, and I had opportunity to talk, piece him up. Uh, he gonna beat these charges. Uh, I was under the impression that he brought a knife to school, so I'm taking knife to school. Fuck him. He didn't take a knife to school. He didn't even know these 2 white boys. These 2 white boys just came over there with him because he was with another kid that knew those white boys. So he a new black kid who these big old white boys, big white boys. He a small frame kid.
And let me say this too, y'all, because people are saying, "Oh, he shouldn't have been had a knife at school." Okay, maybe that was not a good thing, but some of these kids got having pow-pows, having guns at school. Now, let's be for real. Let's be honest. These kids are carrying and packing more than we are as adults. Let's be for real. Let's be honest. Whether it's right or wrong, It happens, and it is what it is. Some of these kids doing drugs, doing carrying guns, knives, and all kind of weaponry. So we can't say that, because I bet you if they were to do an inspection and check all the students that came through that fence bags, you were gonna be finding some more knives and maybe even some pow pows. Let's be for real. Let's be honest. But just because he had the knife, I don't believe, like I said, he had it. Just let me take this knife because I want to unalive somebody. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. The altercation started with the little, words or whatever, wordplay, and then it came to being provoking, the Metcalf twin provoking Karmelo and then pushed him. So he was the one who laid hands on Karmelo first. And they're not really talking much about it. They're trying to say everything else around beating around the bush. But the real situation, I don't care what nobody says. Who put the hands on the person first? And it was a Metcalf boy. It was a twin. If you lay hands on somebody, it's going to turn into an ugly situation. Point blank, period. There's nobody in this building on this earth that is going to allow somebody to push them and they just walk away and say, "Oh, thank you. Okay, I appreciate that. Thanks for slapping me in my face. Oh, thanks for stepping on my toe." Absolutely not. No, at a young age, come on, y'all. But let's continue.
One of the white boys was on that side. One of the white boys on that side. So either way go, they had him blocked in. And he said, white.
And let me say this too. Let me say this, because Charleston White, Charleston White, he can get a little, he can be a piece of work. So I don't believe the stuff that Charleston White is going to say about fighting and stuff, because I don't believe in fighting nobody. I believe love, peace, and tranquility. I do. No matter what color, what's your sexual preference, I don't care. I react to a person on how they treat me. I don't say, "Oh, because you're a black girl, you're a white girl, you're an Asian girl, you're a brown, Chinese, green." I don't go off of any of that. I go off of how a person treats me. I do. I don't go off of just because you're black, just because you're white. No, I go off of how do you treat me. We're gonna be respectful. How do you treat me? The same way you treat me, I'm gonna treat you. And it's point blank, period. But y'all, let's continue.
It's some big, violent, aggressive white boys who got guns, and all of that. The one he killed whooped their daddy. See, the daddy coming into the picture playing like he been around. The dad ain't been around. We would think the black dad ain't around. The white dad ain't.
And see, that is another thing. That's another thing that they are saying. Let me turn the camera. Welcome, y'all. How y'all doing? Smash the like button. This is another thing that they're saying. I heard this last year when it first came out, that and maybe it's like not neither here nor there or whatever, but they're saying that the Metcalf twins, the daddy, was really never like really in the kid's life. And but now that this has happened, he's like all over the place, and they said that he's the one who's kind of stirring up a lot of the negativity on that side. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm just getting this from like Charleston White and other sources. But y'all, let's continue.
The mother don't even identify the daddy as the husband, so he must have been an abusive father. He ain't even been in their life, so he just come and get the light. Just come and get the light. So he'll low down dirty cracker. His sons are bullies. They bullied on the kid.
Now I don't agree with Charleston White saying cracker and all that stuff either. I don't believe in that, because those are like some derogatory words. But Charleston White, he is who he is. If y'all know who Charleston White, everybody know who he is. Some of the stuff I don't agree with him, but other stuff I absolutely agree with him. But y'all, let's continue. Smash the like button, y'all. We is back. Let's continue.
He black. Kiss him up under the chin. Man, y'all tripping. I ain't going nowhere. And they got a reputation of beating up people. The one he had to stab, he broke his daddy's ligaments.
I heard that.
He's
Put a one in the chat if you guys heard that, because I did hear that last year too. That the one that was unalived, does and rest in peace to him. My heart goes out because nobody's should be, you know, a victim of this bad situation, and my heart goes out to their family. But they said the boy that was unalived, the twin boy, that he was like the rougher one of the two of the twins, and that he was, yeah, beating up the dad, like doing all kind of stuff, like rough boys. But y'all, let's continue.
he should have killed both them pepper wolves with a that's mind his mother business. That don't bring harm to nobody. This kid ain't a bad kid. These bully white boys just fuck with the black baby. So now they trying to make it about race. No, it ain't about race. Justice was served when he killed that cracker. Self-defense. And the reason I say that is anybody can go see the video. Why do you think the media outlets ain't promoting to go see this video?
That's true.
Go up to the school and see it. And if you go up to the school and see it, we all to see this kid will be found not guilty. But because it's in an all-white town in Crackerville, and they done made it about race, whoever Sarah Field.
And now I don't agree with that, but y'all, let's continue listening to Charleston White, because y'all know Charleston White. This is what he's saying. I don't agree or, you know, stand by him talking like that. But y'all, let's continue.
Sarah Field, you're a right motherfucker. And if I just had some time, I would put an army behind this family, but I ain't got time. It's supposed to be an army because Sarah Fields and the father and somebody who works for the court have been releasing Karmelo Anthony's family information to Sarah Fields. She's been putting it online, and the white folk been going. So they've been having to move. All those lies made up, homie, they can't even get the GoFundMe money.
Hey, Purple Flower.
So they can't even touch the Go. So they just trying to smear campaign, but that's what the crackler do.
Wow.
I wish I could go back to when I was seeing the type of shit. Well, I wish they could have caught me 3.
And I also heard that. Put a one in the chat if you guys heard that. They say that the Karmelo family has has a GoFundMe, but they said that they can't touch the GoFundMe. Put a one in the chat if you guys heard that. I heard that last year when they started collecting money. I did hear that. Now I know Charleston White and Aiden Ross gave some money to the Metcalf family. I believe it was last year. I believe, if I'm not wrong. But y'all, smash the like button. We got all the mods in the building, y'all. Welcome in the building, y'all. We are love, peace, and tranquility, and doing the right thing. But y'all, let's continue, because we know some people are taking it you know, to the left, and some people are trying to be, you know, very adult like in this situation. And I'm just the type of person, like I said, I love peace and tranquility and what's right and what's wrong. But the main thing for me is that the twin, he provoked and pushed Karmelo, and that's what started it all. But y'all, let's continue.
Go get the crack shit. But homie, I wish I ain't got that spirit no more. So I'm saying, why black people ain't rallying around this family as they tried to rally around in the beginning? They are threatening this family. Homie, they keep having to move.
But how do you don't just lose the spirit, bro? It's either you got it or you
No, you do lose it. You do lose it.
So you sold out.
No. You lose it. Everybody loses. Malcolm lost it, homie.
And see, y'all, hold on, y'all. If y'all don't know Charleston White, some of y'all may not know Charleston White. Charleston White, he was talking about black folks like a dirty dog. And he was, and Charleston White is just Charleston White. It's just like, you know, you have certain people, they just are who they are. And you're just like, yeah, that's just, you know, who he is. You just be like, yeah, okay, he said this crazy stuff today. Because he was talking about black people like a dog just not too long ago. I mean, he was dogging black people out. But now he's in, I guess, got baptized, filled with the Holy Ghost. I don't know what happened. But now he's saying, like, he's like apologizing because he was like talking bad about black people for a while. And then now he's apologizing because I guess he was like, from what I gather, like saying bad things, of course, about Karmelo Anthony. So now he's like coming back, apologizing, asking for forgiveness. He's like, Psalms 91, can't be a protection over me. I'm so sorry, you know, Karmelo family. I was saying bad things about your son, basically. And he really got to like have a conversation with Carmelo's dad. And he did speak good of the Metcalf twin boy's mother, he did speak, good about the mother too. So, and I feel bad because the mother, everybody is mourning in this situation, no matter which family. It's all sad all the way around. Nobody deserves to be unalived by nobody, because that's for God to do. But yeah, so y'all, let's continue, because this is really, really sad. But y'all, let's continue.
A year ago, you said that losing touch with reality.
You lose the spirit, homie. You lose you lose the spirit of the things you once loved. Football players, artists. Dave Chappelle lost the spirit. Went to Africa, man. You lose the spirit because you fight for a group of people.
Y'all, swole up, y'all. We know this is a serious situation, but y'all know I like to joke, like, have a good time while we go live. Y'all, put a what if y'all know Charleston White, and not everybody may know Charleston White in here, but if y'all know Charleston White, do y'all think that he gonna stop acting and cut up and stop? He said, you lose the spirit. Did he lose the spirit and gain another spirit? Because y'all, Charleston White is off the chain now. He off the chain. But put a one in the chat. Do y'all think that he baptized and filled with the Holy Ghost? I mean, I don't know. But y'all, let's continue, y'all. Let's continue.
You should really be fighting for. You want to make the sacrifice for black people. After you have seen what that happened, then you make the sacrifice. You lost King. My nigga, look at us. Who want to make the sacrifice trying to save these people? Nobody, homie. Because
y'all also know Charleston White was even talk about people's, like, family members that passed away, talking about people's dead family members, passed away family members. Let me say that. He was like, I mean, Charleston White, he's off the chain. He's like off the chain. But like I said, maybe he's been baptized and filled with the Holy Ghost. Maybe is he gonna turn into a preacher? I mean, I don't know. But y'all, let's continue listening to Charleston White.
these people are trying to help these people. So they're gonna put out your spirit. If you're not going to God daily, and I ain't going to, once I got money, I'm gonna be with a hoe. God. Deathbed. Right now, live and breathing in a vibrant, thumping hip game, I'm fucking with hoes. God. Get to God in the back end of life, like everybody else. But don't nobody want to have to be committed and dedicated to a cause that seems hopeless every day. This seems hopeless. You don't think you lose hope? Like kids who grow up in conditions that don't change? You don't think you're going to lose hope on? You fighting every day? Yeah, you lose the spirit. And you find something else to do.
Uh-oh. Hold
on. Your life.
Hold on, y'all. Hold up, Swallow. Hold up, y'all. Hold up, y'all. Hold up. He said you gotta find something else to do. Is he gonna be like some type of activist or something? Like, is he gonna be is Charleston White trying to turn into like maybe a preacher or something? Or like, I mean, I don't know, but y'all, let's get back to the situation at hand. Let's get back to that. Let's get back. We'll talk about Charleston White again.
Oh, how'd you meet his dad? Huh? You met his real dad?
I met his real
Karmelo
dad.
Anthony.
Because the things I said about his son.
They reached out?
Yeah, he agreed with it. If his son was innocent, if his son was guilty. He said he got other kids. And he done worked hard to get to where he at. He not finna put this kind of time and attention beside a son who wrong.
Wow.
I looked the father when he said that. Homie, why would you come meet with me? All the things I'm advocating for your son to go to jail for a long time. I'm with that family. The spirit I heard in him, I brought him to my home. I gave him my address.
Wow.
Don't know what I'm doing.
That is now that is kind of like a little daring of Charleston White. Now, you done talked about Karmelo Anthony like a low down dirty dog, and then you give the father Karmelo Anthony's father your address so he can come and talk to you. Now, I would be a little scared. I would be like, no, I'll meet you in a hotel, maybe at a conference room, or maybe at the courthouse. We can go inside the building and chat. But Charleston White, because y'all know Charleston, he got a mouth now. He don't hold his tongue. Everybody that knows Charleston, Y'all know the crazy stuff that be flying out of his mouth, right? I mean, he be talking, real greasy. But y'all, let's continue.
I don't want to be wrong and act like I'm right. Did your son take that knife to school? No, Mr. Charleston. It's a grown man, homie. He said, man, I done the research on you. I looked into what you do. If my son get out of this, man, I want my son to work with your youth campaign. So man, my son didn't do this. I got other kids to raise. I'm not gonna put, and he really done it. He said he didn't do it, man. It's more things that I can't say. Just go clear this kid.
Wow.
But just the video alone, homie. I see that's why the media outlets ain't saying nothing about the video. That's why all the media outlets is trying to keep us focused on the campaign, on the GoFundMe, and these people can't even touch the.
See, that's what I'm trying to say, y'all. This is what I'm trying to say. And I'm not just talking about this Carmelo Anthony situation and the Metcalf situation. The media will have us thinking, oh my God, it's going to be a hailstorm today. And then you wait for the hailstorm, and then it's a bright, sunny, beautiful day. They will try to program our minds to thinking what they put out is golden. And like I said, and I'm talking about anything. It could be with stuff that's going on in the world. It could be with the weather. It could be with anything. So we have to learn how to be like, that don't sound right. That don't sound right. Like, why are they talking about the GoFundMe instead of talking about really like what is on these tapes? But y'all, let's continue.
The lawyers is overcharging him because they're looking at the GoFundMe numbers. So everybody is praying on his family. Ain't nobody praying with the family. Shout out to Dr. Umar Johnson. Dr. Umar Johnson spoke with the father.
Oh, did he say, oh, y'all, did he, y'all know my family knows that we talk about Umar for this 3 times. Umar for this 3 times. He came out and said something about the Carmelo Anthony situation. Umar finesse 3 times. We're trying to figure out where the school is at. You don't need to be talking about nobody's situation because we're trying to figure out how and why you stole all these people's money to try to create this black school that you didn't scam all these black people in the black community. We trying to figure out where the dollar bills is at, Umar, for this 3 times. But until then, we don't want to hear from you. We want to know where this school is at because you scam people. You should be really going to prison for the rest of your life as a black man scamming a black community and sitting there lying. But y'all, we got to get back on hand, okay? Because I'll go off on an Umar tangent. But y'all, let's continue, y'all. Umar for this 3 times need to go sit down and have a couple of seats. Okay, y'all, let's continue.
And they, shout out to Dr. Umar. I spoke with the dad today. His dad want me to come see the video.
Wow.
I will go see it.
Wow. Okay, I'm sorry, you guys. They are saying that these witnesses that were on the stand yesterday. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Thanks for letting me know. Can y'all hear me now? Put a one in the chat if you guys can hear me. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Can y'all hear me? Okay, okay. Can y'all hear me now? Okay, okay. We back. Okay. So they are saying that the witnesses that went and took the stand yesterday, because they have court today too. They starting to do court on a Saturday, y'all. Did y'all know that? They're starting to do court on Saturday. They have court today. But yesterday, they're saying that the people who went on the stand yesterday, all the witnesses that were, being questioned, their stories is not adding up. They said 2 plus 2 is not equaling 4. They said that these people, that the witnesses, and then also they're saying, which I can understand this, all these people are Metcalf's, the twin boys' friends, a lot of them. So of course they're gonna say whatever they're told to say, because just like the Diddy trial, remember they had all of Cassie and all of them freak off mermaids on the stand. Do you know that they prep these people, these the witnesses, they prep them on what they're gonna say, how to respond and all this other stuff. So their answers to the questions, they said they're not jiving. And I've looked at a whole lot of people's content, because I'm not watching the news, because I don't trust what the news is saying. I lost faith in the news after the Diddy trial. Had me looking like Willie Foo Foo and Willie Lump Lump, believing stuff that the news media is saying. Absolutely not. I get my information from valid sources, a court and all this, and other content creators who's reporting the story and being transparent. But anyway, so this is what they're saying. But y'all, let's continue. Let's continue.
Father and Sarah Fields white lady, they some racist peckerwoods. These the kind of peckerwoods I say this would make me feel good by standing over a white man and watching him die. See, I got something nobody has.
Now, Charleston, why you pushing the buttons there? Now you pushing the buttons there, Charleston. But I just want to let y'all know, like I told y'all, I don't agree with everything he says. But y'all, let's continue.
I feel like watching white man die. That's in my heart and that's in my mind. Whenever I get mad at white people.
Okay, maybe he need to be maybe he needs some more holy water on him now. He got a little bit of sense, but now we maybe need a little bit more holy water on Charleston White. But y'all, let's continue, because I don't agree with what he's saying right here.
Kill the white man. Oh, that's when you don't know no better. When you don't know no better. As you get older, you start to develop your mind and your heart starts to change. You start having remorse. And boy, that face starts to be a nightmare when you see it.
Is Charleston White, you guys, at the point where when you're younger and you're like, of course, going through life, and then you start to like, change your ways, like I said, these boys were what, 17 years old. Of course, they're gonna pop off like this. Whenever you're young, people just, situations, they be popping off. And when you get older, those aren't, it's not who you are no more. It's like you left those younger yous back in the heydays. Now, what you would do at 17, you wouldn't do in your 30s, maybe 40s, right? Is Charleston White, he having a coming to Jesus moment? Is Charleston White having a partial coming to Jesus moment? He didn't know, he did some stuff and talked about people's dead family members, deceased family members. Let me say that. I'm sorry. Deceased family members, and now he's all the stuff that he done said that was kind of crazy about people, family members being passed away, saying bad stuff about all these people. He's having a coming to Jesus moment. Okay, y'all, let's continue. Let's get back on the story at hand. Let's continue.
And when white people make me mad, that's my comfort. They can put me in jail and they comfort myself with the fact I know what a white boy look like to die.
I don't agree with that.
And that Karmelo Anthony father, he should have killed both your sons. He should have stabbed that other motherfucker.
That's
He ain't no killer. He ain't got that in him. He did it out of fear.
Yeah, that's a big thing on social media. This is gonna be the biggest I'm probably
The OJ trial.
yeah, Zimmerman.
Let's have some that's willing to go wherever we go and punch on white folks.
I don't agree with that either. I don't agree with violence like that or against anybody. I don't care what color you are, nationality, sex, religion. I don't agree with what Charleston is saying right there. Charleston White, now, hold on. We got to put him back under the blood of Jesus. Psalm 91, Charleston White. You cut that down. First you was, kind of coming to Jesus moment. Now you talking crazy and greasy again. But y'all, let's listen, because he's entitled to his own opinion, as we all are. But y'all, let's continue. Listen, I don't agree with what he's saying right here, but y'all, let's continue.
Really hateful. Let's see if we really hateful. Let's have a riot. Let's have a race ride. If we really that imperative about a kid's dispute. It ain't the kids that's saying we hate, it's the adults. It ain't the kids online taking sides. You know why? Because the kids know their white boy is wrong. And their parents is telling them to be quiet. Because white people cover up one another's wrongs. Black people don't.
Yeah, I even feel the animosity. Like when that happened, I had took my daughter to the park. I was feeling the animosity with other white parents.
Well, that's why when I go around white people, you know what I do? I take my drawers off and show the white boy I got a big dick and be blabbing that.
Do y'all see what I mean with Charleston White? We're trying to have a serious conversation and he is going all the way to the left. See, I told y'all Charleston White, he says some stuff that was I agree with, and then this is where he goes off on a tangent. This is what we have to throw the holy water back on Charleston White. Now we thought he was having a come to Jesus moment. Now he is all out in left field, cutting up and acting a donkey. But y'all, let's continue because this is just how he feels. You know, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But why? Y'all, we got family members. You may got friends. You may got neighbors. When they say crazy stuff like this, you be like, "Oh my God, y'all! I'm so embarrassed." I mean, you probably be turning red, pink, purple, blue because you're so embarrassed on what people say. Stuff like this, you be like, "Oh my God, I didn't know my cousin was gonna say that. I didn't know that my neighbors, it's all funny as get out, but I didn't know my neighbor was gonna say that. Oh, my mom or my dad, y'all, we know they crazy." This is how Charleston White is. I told you guys. You kind of never know what's gonna come out of his mouth, but y'all, he's entitled to his own opinion. Whether we agree with him or not. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. It's okay, just as long as we're respectful. That's what it's about. But y'all, let's continue.
You hear me? We letting that dick down. Come on, letting that head down like that. Yeah, that's how I bring a big dick around white boy. That's why they used to hang him. That's why white folks hated black men, because his dick was big. His athletic skills and physical abilities superseded heels like a god. But he used to watch that woman's when he said, "I want that neck." And look over at Miss Sally, and Miss Sally got a gleam in her eye. Look at that nigga lying on this slam on there. So that's what that white boy band does about. You damn feel like going to go get that law. Get that. Listen, the white man is so obsessed with a black man's dick, he made his missiles to look like one. All his torpedoes and missiles he bombed the world with come from this structure right there. And if you think I'm bullshitting,
I'm sorry, y'all. Charleston White I'm dying laughing. Y'all can say this is funny. It's all good. My baby Jamil Peterson is laughing. He is a mess. Is he not? That's why I say he's like one of those uncles, cousins, your dad, mom, a sister, brother, niece, nephew that come to the barbecue and you be like eating and everything. They just, walking around, come to the table and just say the most off the wall things. That's what Charleston White. You don't know what's coming out of Charleston White's mouth, but y'all, let's continue. We're gonna let him have his moment, y'all. But this is hilarious. He is a mess, y'all. Hold on, let's continue.
That's why every nigga home, they would castrate him. Every nigga home, they put his hands down, put his dick out. Every nigga. Sometimes put it in his mouth. But that's his disdain for us. He know what it do to his woman and his daughter. And he hates food. And all of them. He knows every man. So that's why they acting like that. And this was a good kid, homie. This is the kid we should lay our life down for. This Karmelo Anthony kid, nigga, I can say when I'm wrong. I was wrong. This is the kid where at least 50 black men should be willing to die.
Well, I'm not gonna say all that, but we do. Me and my baby Jamil hold each other accountable, like people should, like, right? And like I said, Carmelo Anthony, I can't. It was not right what he did, either one of them. But when we're in a moment, when we're in that moment, you don't know what you're gonna do, and then when it's already done, it's kind of like you walking from one room like to the next, right? You're over here, and then you just cross the line. But when you cross the line, it's like, oh snap, it's too late. The situation is already done. So it's like, you know, it's just like at a young age, we react different. Like I said, it's different from when you're 17, your reaction, to when you're in your 30s, 40s, maybe even in the mid 20s. You're going to probably have a different reaction. But let's finish listening to Charleston White. Let's listen to what Charleston White got to say, because we're going to have to pray for him. We're going to have to put the Psalms 91 on his But Don't Talk, y'all. Let's continue to listen to Charleston.
Kill or go to jail for harm. And I sign up with.
So are you pro-black?
I'm pro, I'm pro right. I'm pro
Because sometimes you stand with black people and then it's
people. I stand with black people who think like me. I stand with black people. Black people don't stand with nobody.
Charleston White snapping.
Don't stand with your fault, nigga. They celebrate Valentine's Day. Fool's Day. Don't drink with the Irish people. I don't stand with nothing but what's right. And I'm saying white people is wrong in this instance. You heard that? White saying white people is wrong. So is black people, but white people is mostly wrong because they really know the truth.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe, like he said, and I'm speaking off of like experience, and I'm saying from the Diddy trial, and I'm not even saying because I don't care for Diddy either. But what they were putting out with Diddy, can y'all contest and put a one in the chat if y'all agree with me? We know that when you live certain lifestyles, and this is in reference to Diddy, when you live certain lifestyles, like Diddy was rich, right? And we know what comes behind people who are rich. You got these girls that are trying to chase you. They want to be the first in line. They want to be, I pick me, Diddy pick me. Well, Diddy did. He picked some freak off mermaids. He did. 50 Cent baby mama, number one, Cassie two. Not saying what Diddy did to them, laying hands, feet, kettlebells, and chairs was right, because I don't agree with nobody putting any hands on either way. A woman hitting a man or a man hitting a woman is wrong completely. I don't care who disagrees with me, but this is my true belief, my personal belief. Laying hands on each other is a no-no. It's not going to do nothing but, like, cause the situation to escalate. But what I'm saying is the stuff that was put out in the Diddy trial, leading up to the Diddy trial, all the stuff, you're like, oh man, because I was even feeling bad for these Cassie and for the assistant, for what's her name, the one that said that Diddy kidnapped her and had her doing all this stuff, and all them girls I don't feel sorry for, because once you start enjoying a certain lifestyle, OnlyFans and all that other stuff, you are putting yourself into like a situation where you just don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know what's gonna happen, but you know that these things could happen, right? These things, these rich man there, he's rich, he's filthy rich, a billionaire. He got all this money, and you're just one of 1 million girls that's chasing him, and that what comes with that. Rugs, freak offs, you get some kettlebells, hands, brooms, and maybe some hot grits, some pots and pans. Diddy was throwing apples at him. And I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying, with what Diddy situation and his court case, they were putting out certain things. Same thing with this. They're putting out certain things and certain narratives because they want to only like put out a narrative to push towards, I feel, that this boy, is going to get murdered. I don't see and understand why they chose murder. He did unalive the twin boy, the Metcalf boy. Like I said, my heart goes out to the family, and it's sad. And I'm not saying it's right, but when you are in the moment of something, things just happen. You don't know. It could have been him popping him upside the head with something else. Maybe it couldn't have been a knife. Maybe it would have been a pin or something else. But all I'm saying is, why are they charging him with murder instead of manslaughter? He did not intentionally say, I'm going to take this knife, take it to school, and I'm going to go unalive to the twin boy. They didn't even know each other. So that's another big thing that I have an issue with. Why are you charging this boy with murder? He did do it. I'm not saying that he didn't do it. And he even said he did it. So we're all not denying that fact. But all I'm saying is, why is it murder? Why isn't it manslaughter? Why? Why is the kid now that he's 18, why isn't there cameras rolling in the courtroom? It's not a federal court. And I seen court cases on TV, long crime, court TV, when there's baby, what they call them, kid serial killers or kid killers or whatever. When they're going and they're 12 years old, 16 years old, and they got the cameras rolling in them in that courtroom. So why is it that this court case, why aren't the cameras rolling there? Like, that's what I'm saying. I believe in fairness. I believe in fairness. They should have the cameras rolling, letting people see what's going on, because that is clear transparency for everybody to watch, to see what's really going on, because people are only listening to what is being said from people in the courtroom. That's why y'all, baby, we need to go to the court. We may pop up there. I think I want to go to the case. It's going to be going on for the next 2 weeks. I might roll up there. I think we should go, babe. I think we should go. We may go this week or next week. I think we should go because I want to go in the courtroom myself, and I want to see what's going on, how the atmosphere is, how the jurors are, how's, both families, other people inside the court, other people outside the court. Because I'm going to give it to you guys 1,000. I'm not going to say, oh, and just because I feel that, this, or just because I feel that. No, I'm just going to report like I did with the Diddy trial, take my notes and report what's was said and what was done, and how people's people are acting in the court. But y'all, let's continue listening to Charleston White crash out. Y'all, let's listen to him.
Is acting like he was in his kid's life. The mother don't even like that father. He's the one stirring up everything, not the mother. She know he wrong.
Wow.
He's trying to get it because he wants the limelight. He wasn't there. He didn't raise him. It's the deadbeat dad coming along because he finally get the limelight. But the son broke his arm too. Big old strong white boy. Violent, aggressive white boy. Big and
And I do want to know how Karmelo's demeanor was or is, and how the Metcalf boy, I want to know how his demeanor was, because people are saying that he was like a bully. I don't know if that is right. I want to know how they both were acting, with their classmates on the track team, how they interact, how they treat people. I do want to know that. I do. I mean, I have a lot of questions, y'all. My main question is, why are you charging him with murder? He did it. And I'm not saying that, he didn't do it, or, because when we're in situations, things happen, right? But at the same time, if he wouldn't put his hands on him, on Karmelo first, maybe we wouldn't be here. And I'm just keeping it real, because this situation started with him pushing and even snatching his shirt up. But y'all, let's continue.
You have to stab him. Shoot him. He gonna hurt you. And he possibly was on steroids. And he was full of drugs.
I want to say this too.
He was full of drugs. That's what they keep leaving.
They play football?
He did, yeah.
Wow. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me see. Let me turn it. Okay. So that was, I think, the end of that. So shout out to Say Cheese TV. Like I said, they just interviewed, it just came out with that situation. But let's check out these videos, because like I said, people are saying different people are saying a lot of different things. But hold on just a second. People are saying, people are saying a lot of different things. But let's see, let's see what this girl has to say.
In Texas is all about standing your ground and self-defense until that person doesn't look like me. This case is racially charged, and stick with me here. If the roles were reversed, if Carmelo Anthony was 220 pounds with his twin brother picking on a white kid.
Okay, thank you, baby.
Y'all would say that he got exactly what was coming to him, and if he would have kept his hands to himself, he would still be here today. Because y'all want to say, oh, it's not self-defense. Austin and his brother are 220-pound football players, and Carmelo was 130 pounds. If you can't visualize that, I'm 180. I got 50 pounds on the kid. Not only were they both in his face, but one of them put hands on him. He was scared. You can't tell me that race isn't a thing because it's in my TikTok comments and I've seen hundreds of comments on Facebook. So if you flip this scenario and Karmelo Anthony was the aggressor in this situation, your opinion changed, you are racially biased. And so the white people in my comments calling me a white savior, God forbid I have empathy. Pure RICS, just say that and move on. In my last video, I said I didn't know why Karmelo Anthony was sitting under that tent. Turns out it started raining and Karmelo got permission from the coach. That's not even his school. He got permission from a coach to sit under that.
And see, they're not putting that out either. And this is a witness right here. This is a witness. But y'all, let's continue. This is what I'm saying. They're not putting all the information out.
It's free seating, but he got specific permission. Don't get me wrong. It's absolutely tragic that Austin lost his life. His parents lost their son. No parent should have to ever lose their kid. But it makes me think, what would have happened if Austin and Hunter would have left Karmelo alone and not talked to him? Not approached him, not instigated a situation and then escalated it by putting hands on him. I feel like Austin and Hunter were looking for trouble because if they were really so aggravated by this kid sitting there for whatever reason, they would have gotten an adult to remove him. They would.
And this is that exactly, I think, the same way she does. If Austin and the twin, the Metcalf boys, had such a problem with Karmelo being in that tent, why didn't they go tell one of the adults, right? Why didn't they go and tell one of their coaches? Because there was all kind of adults out there. Why didn't they go and say, I'm just going to go tell the coach because I'm not going to be arguing with you. It's raining. It's slippery out here. I'm going to go and tell the coach instead of take this into my own hands. But y'all, let's continue listening.
Approach him, talk shit, and put hands on him. I'll probably get crucified for this, but I don't care. What's right is right. What's wrong is wrong.
Facts.
Consider me up.
So now,
Facts.
what are y'all's thoughts on this?
Okay, hold on, y'all. Okay, hold on, and because this is my video, but let me go to the next guy. This guy right here, he was in the courtroom and he actually seen the video, and they're not talking about this. They are not talking about this. What this next clip is saying. But y'all, let's listen. Let's listen to see what this next clip is entailing, because this is a lot. I was really shocked. But y'all, let's listen. Let me turn it around.
Show that on that video.
It's on the video. Come on,
You see, I'm gonna say that stuff.
I'll put it this way.
Okay.
They actually tell you when you're watching the video, pay attention to this corner right here, because if you look anywhere else, you might miss different things.
Okay.
So watch those four. Here, there are four right there coming up. That's exactly what they say.
Okay.
And so you have no way to be confused that it's those four. So they come up, they surround them, and this immediate moment of not even a few seconds of pause, then that's when they jump. And
So they actually did jump him.
yeah, it wasn't just no touch. It wasn't just all that moment. Yeah, it was push. It was all kind of things. But Austin push, Hunter hit, and then everybody swung. But the same.
Did you hear what he said? That one person pushed and the other one hit. This man is outside of the courtroom. He just came out from looking at the video. This is what they're not reporting. This is why I said I don't trust the news stations. I trust people who are going in there and don't have a dog in the fight and is just reporting what is being put out in the courtroom. See, this is why I said I don't trust the news stations at all. Absolutely not. But y'all, let me wrap this back again. Hold up. Let's wrap it back.
This is what it is, but let me know y'all's thoughts on what this young lady said about what's going on with this Karmelo Anthony.
The other four went and they surrounded Karmelo. You know, it's your
And they showed that on that video.
It's on the video.
Okay, come on.
You can see them
I'm
all.
gonna say that stuff.
I'll put it this way.
Okay.
They actually tell you when you're watching the video, pay attention to this corner right here, because if you look anywhere else, you might miss different things.
Okay.
So watch those four. Here, there are four right there coming up. That's exactly what they say.
Okay.
And so you have no way to be confused that it's those four. Also, they come up, they surround them, and this immediate moment of not even a few seconds of pause, then that's when they jump. And
So
so
they actually did jump him.
yeah, it wasn't just no touch. It wasn't just all that moment. Yeah, it was push. It was all kind of things. But Austin push, Hunter hit.
See, Austin push, Hunter hit. This is what they're not putting out. That's why I said we have to do our research and listen to people who are boots on ground there. That's why I'm going, and we're going boots on ground, baby. We're going to be in that courtroom next week or the week after next, because I want to know what is really going on, because the news media is not reporting these things.
And then everybody's swung. But the same
So it's more than the twins that got some licks on for. So they showed that in the video.
yeah, from the video. So again, you got Hunter and Austin standing in the middle,
Okay.
and you have the
You have the light bright boy here, and you have the darker boy here. Okay. I think that's what I remember. So I have to go back and think about it. But that's where they were. One was going up and down while they were talking, and kind of pushing or whatever he was doing. Austin and Hunter was in front. So where they're talking about grabbing bags, Hunter actually said that I grabbed his bag.
Right.
And then later on, he said that Austin threw the bag.
Okay.
Jeff also said the same thing. And so that's them both antagonized. And we know under Texas law, I just have the fear that you're about to do something to me and you can get up out of here. Right. Yeah, so you ain't gonna touch me. But at that point, he still stood there and stopped there. And whatever they say alleged was said, you don't know that until they get you to it here. But once they did that, they started hitting them. Karmelo actually was able to back out and try to get away. So he was actually trying to get away the first time. Austin grabbed him, and you can see his hoodie coming out like this, and they brought him back in.
Okay.
And when they brought him back in, that's when you can see Austin putting the headlock. You can see that all the rest of them are still hitting. That must be when the poke happened, because he was able to get out again. He backed out. He looked to the right. That's where the upload kid was filming. But they got some cell phone footage too. But that's where he was filming. He looked directly at him in his camera. And then he went this way to the left. He went down. He fell. And that's when they realized he was gone. So they were still punching. And when he fell, that's when they all turned around. They started chasing him. Austin tried to go chase him too, but he grabbed his chest. I guess he realized that something happened to him. And that's when he went down and he fell down. But all three of them were chasing. But Karmelo was so fast, he got away and went around to the coach. And so you can see them on the video pointing toward Karmelo and the coach. And I can imagine, because Karmelo was out of the camera on that moment, that he was telling the coach what happened. And then that's when Hunter said he whipped his head around. That's a true statement. He just wasn't sitting with you. He whipped his head around. You see him on the video. And that's when he walked over to where Austin was, but he never touched him. So all that stuff about him rendering aid and holding his heart, no, he never did that, because the coach grabbed him and he was holding him. So at the end of the day, that's kind of where the moment left. But they did assault him. And we'll just play the game. Even if it was just a push, you still assaulted him because it was unwanted.
See, and this is why I'm telling y'all, they're going off of this other, oh, well, which he did. Carmelo's not saying he didn't do it. And I'm not saying he didn't do it, because everybody knows that Karmelo did do this in the midst of their altercation. But did you not hear what that man said? That twin boy pushed Karmelo first. You ain't gonna tell me that any one of y'all in this building is gonna allow somebody to push you and then you're okay with it. Oh, okay, thank you for the push. Or somebody come up and slap you and you're like, oh, okay, thank you for the slap. No, it's gonna turn into some type of altercation. Not saying it should have ended up with somebody passing away, because I'm not saying that. I'm not condoning that. But when you put hands, feet, kettlebell, slap somebody, throw something at somebody, you're going to get a reaction. I'm sorry. I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is. You are going to react. But even though their reaction led to, like I said, the twin boy, and rest in peace to him, and RIP to him, prayers, blessings for his family. This is just what happens. So I'm not gonna say that especially at their young age, it wasn't right that they were gotten into an altercation. Like the lady said, they could have went and told the twins could have went and got a coach, adult, to take care of the situation, instead of pushing him and provoking him to lead up to a terrible situation. But y'all, let's continue.
Like the whole definition of your word, if I'm saying that leave me alone and I'm not going, you assaulting them. Period. But they did beat him. And if you look at the not the photo that Fox 4 put out, because that was one that they actually had me. I have the emails prove it.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. They said that the photos that they put out were photoshopped of Karmelo Anthony. They said that Karmelo Anthony, this young gentleman right here, said that Karmelo Anthony's face was bruised all up. He had welts and everything, and that they photoshopped the picture of him when he was in that, like, the jail mugshot. But y'all, let's continue.
But the actual Collin County one, you can see the webs and stuff on his eye. You can see the break of his nose is swollen. You can see the webs under his neck. And so that's the reason why they edited the one from Fox and kind of airbrushed it. And you can see they put the locks of his hair that got taken out.
So what are y'all's thoughts on these videos? Like, this man explained it very well. He spoke very well. He explained everything to where I could get a visual.
Okay, so let me go to shout out to hold on you guys. Hold on. So shout out to, let me see. Hold on just a second. Shout out to, let me see. What is his name? Oh, shout out to Willie D. So we gonna see what Willie D has to say. Let's see what Willie D has to say. Shout out to Willie D. Let me skip this commercial. Hold on, you guys. But this is what I'm saying. They're not putting everything out, and I can't confirm nor deny, but I do kind of believe from the Diddy trial that they are putting pieces of what they want to put out. Uh-oh, hold on, y'all. They are putting these pieces on what they want to put out and not putting out the full story and saying what really happened with the video footage. But shout out to Willie D. Let's see what Willie D got to say.
Thursday on Monday, it is being revealed that the media has been playing tricks on you. Yeah, fam.
I agree, Willie.
Watch the video of the killing, the whole altercation actually, stated that the media has edited or airbrushed Karmelo and
Oh, see, did we not just go over that video? See, even Willie D is getting that information and intel too. Y'all, let's continue because he is on the same sheet of music I'm on.
he had welts on his eye, and his bridge of his nose was swollen. And he said that the media has edited or airbrushed those injuries. What I tell you about that damn media?
Yeah, I agree. Sugar Honey Ice Tea.
Always worked against Black folks.
Yeah.
Always.
And now let me say this too. And I'm saying this whether y'all want to believe me or not. Like I said, I don't care what color these people are. I don't care if it was a white boy and a white boy, black boy and a black boy, a Chinese boy. I don't care. Wrong is wrong, no matter how. Because if it was even if it was two white boys, that person still don't have the authority to push you and put his hands on you and think that you're gonna be okay with it. I'm sorry. I don't care because any one of y'all in the building, if y'all get slapped, hit, punched by somebody, you're not gonna just walk away and say thank you for that slap, punch, kick, or whatever. So you can miss me with it. Whoever is saying, oh no, absolutely not. This twin boy put his hands on Karmelo first. He provoked him by pushing him. But y'all, let's continue because I don't trust mainstream media either. I was there at the Diddy trial, and even some of those news media people, they were even if you talk to them about the situation, they couldn't even talk to you back. They couldn't tell their opinion on it because they work for mainstream media, and their job is to push a certain agenda on what their news station wants to push. So I seen it with my own two eyes. One guy was talking to a news media guy, and he was trying to ask and talk about the Diddy trial, and he's like, I can't talk about that. I can't talk about that. So you can miss me with that when people are believing what mainstream media is saying. I don't believe that. My I'm woke. I don't have the wool pulled over my eyes. But y'all, let's listen to Willie D because he's saying the same thing I'm saying.
The government has always been foul, right? But they could not have done it without the media.
Facts.
The media shapes public opinion. Like we're taught kind of not to.
Thank you, Sylvia. I think it was Sylvia. Thank you for the gift. Thank you, Sylvia. I appreciate it. Thank you. And if y'all can smash the like button, I would appreciate it. Thank y'all.
Government, right? We're always suspicious of government. We're suspicious of politicians. But the media comes off as it's for the people. You watch the news at night. 5 o'clock news. Your news station. Houston's own news station. All this type of stuff that they say to make you feel like they're looking out for you. They got the nice suits on. They're smiling when they have to smile. They get serious. When bad things happen, they're serious. So it looks like it's coming from a place of uh, integrity, and good intent, right? They always have an agenda. They always have had an agenda. Their agenda is to brainwash the public, to control.
And didn't I just say that? Y'all, I'm telling you, I seen it firsthand. I seen it with my own two eyes at the Diddy trial. When we were talking with these news people as regular YouTube content creators, some of these news people could not give their own opinion. Why? Because they're paid all this money to be, news anchors or whatever, but also to push an agenda that whatever news station they work for is pushing. They can't give their own opinion. They can't say, I don't agree with this or I agree with this. They can't say anything. All they can say is, I can't talk about this situation. And we already know what time it is. But y'all, let's continue to listen to Willie D.
Let the government control what you think, what you drink, what you eat, where you go, where you live, who you vote for. Yeah, all of this stuff, man. Yeah, this is what the media do. Mainstream media, this is what they've always done. They've always colluded with the government to make Black people look bad. The government could not have done it without the media. Mainstream media in America has spread so much propaganda to harm Black people's image around the world. There are people in other parts of the world who have never, ever met a Black person before.
Yep, true.
They have a bad opinion because and
Willie D is speaking truth to facts. Like I said, my family, I have white people in my family. I have Mexican people. We have Chinese, Asian. We have a lot of different people in our family. So I don't have the room to be no racist type of person. But at the end of the day, I am a Black female. So whenever I do go places, sometimes, and we all are stereotyped to a certain extent, all of us. If you go somewhere and you're like maybe out of that like realm, I guess, of people or whatever, sometimes you do get automatically like stereotyped. Me, I go off of how you treat me as a person. Like, are you a cool person? Even though we may not be the same religion, we may not even that person may like spaghetti. And this person may like okra. Maybe they don't like the same things, but it's okay. This is what I'm saying. People will stereotype you and say, just because you're a Black person, just because you're a white person, just because you're a Chinese person, just because you're a Mexican person, you're an Indian person, these certain things. But I treat people how they treat me. But y'all, let's continue because Willie D, he's on to something.
American media spews on a daily basis. When I first moved overseas to Azerbaijan, those people didn't know really what to think of me and my family. But as they got to learn us, we totally dispelled those myths. Like we killed all of that. Like, man, they were like, oh, they're an asset, right? But if you don't know, you don't know.
Exactly.
Mainstream media right now in America, the way that they're shaping the story, this story about Karmelo Anthony, is all skewed. It's all to make him look bad. It's very, very one-sided. It is one-sided, 100% one-sided. And we know why. This case is one of those cases where I do think that the algorithm is going to not probably, it's going to have a lot to do with the outcome. I think the algorithm is going to have a lot to do with the outcome because we live in an age now where the algorithm sways public opinion.
Yep. Facts.
And every time you see an article and it's saying that, oh, he badly pushed him. Oh, he badly pushed him. Oh, He wouldn't want to move. He was warned. He was told. He was told. Oh, they didn't have any authority to, first of all, tell him to move. And they damn sure did not have any authority to remove him.
Facts.
See, they don't even talk about that part.
Exactly. That's true.
Talk about the part where they jumped him. They're not talking about that. But the video, according to a staff member, shows clearly that Karmelo was jumped by several boys from Memorial High School.
See, this is why I'm telling you, I'm not the only person that have found this information and found that video. And not only that video, he's saying that a staffer seen the video. So this is why I'm saying I don't trust the mainstream media. Even with the weather, they say, "Oh, it's gonna rain today." Next thing you know, it's sunny outside. It's like they try to program your mind to think certain things on what they want you to think, right? That's what they want you to think. But y'all, let's continue because Willie D, I'm telling you, he's speaking truth to facts.
See, now we get down to the good part. They don't want to talk about that. Wait, you still had a knife. You still should have brought a knife to school. They don't even oppose mass shooters the way that they're opposing Karmelo having a knife. I've seen a lot of them on all of these sites, man. These mass shooters go in there, man. They're gonna look for. Has anybody seen empathy? Where's the empathy? We need empathy. We need empathy for this case because this is a young white kid. He's 15 years old. He was bullied. We need empathy. Where's empathy? Empathy, where art thou? There you are.
And I can say that they do that does happen a lot. We all know, right? Remember a few years back there was a younger white boy. He shot up a church or something, and then they said the police took him to McDonald's to get a meal. I was like, wow, he just shot up the church. I think it was a church like in South Carolina or somewhere, and they took him to McDonald's. So I'm just saying, sometimes, it is like racially divided with certain situations, but my family is made of everybody. So I'm just speaking truth to facts because these are things that we see and we can't unsee them or we can't not see them. But y'all, let's continue listening to Willie D.
He was bullied. It's sad they let it through that in. It's sad what happened, but he was bullied. Oh, it's like they know they have a selective logic. Yeah, they have selective object. They have selective logic, and they also have selective compassion. And that compassion is even more selective. Yeah, very selective. Very selective. This case boils down to who initiated the confrontation. See, in Texas law, I'm in Texas. Texas law says that you have a right to defend yourself if you feel for your life. If you fear for your life, you have a right to respond with lethal force.
Yes, and Willie D is absolutely right because we in Texas too. But the situation, like Willie D, they're not saying that the twin pushed Karmelo first. They're not saying that. They're like talking about all this stuff, like Charleston White said, the GoFundMe, this, that, and the third. But the main thing is that the twin pushed Karmelo first. He defended himself. They're not talking about that. Like I said, I'm being transparent because I don't care if it was another, like I said, another white boy on a white boy crime, black boy, whatever, another race with another race. It doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is that the twin put his hands on Karmelo, whether it would have been another little boy. If the twins are pushing and doing that, what else are they doing? Like I said, I want to know how the twins were. I want to know how Carmelo was. Were they like aggressive? In like their look at home with the with their classmates, while they were at track meets. I want to know how they were in general as a person when they interact with other people. But y'all, let's continue listening to Willie D, because Willie D be on point.
Well versed in Texas law. Extremely. I'm so versed in Texas law, you would think I'm a damn lawyer. Yeah, I studied. So let's do what we always do in these type of cases. How did you start? How did you start? How did you start? If everybody's minding their business, how did you start? Let's just start right there. How did it start? Karmelo was sitting minding his business. Austin, his brother Hunter, and their buddies, they're sitting minding their business. If everybody continues to sit and mind their business, there's no altercation. Oh, but Hunter and Austin decides to go to the black boy who's under the tent all alone, and they're going to charge him up and make him move from under the tent.
Wow.
Paychecks.
And see, this is what I said. They're not talking about like the main facts that like a lot of people have like questions about. A lot of people are not talking about that. Like him being jumped by 4 boys. Nobody has said that except for these people who are in the courtroom listening and are independent reporters. The mainstream media is not saying anything about that. Nothing at all. And I've caught a lot of stories back years ago where the news media, mainstream media, reports things that is not even true. That's like not even the story. So these things, like I said, Willie D, shout out to Willie D, because Willie D is saying some factual things and he's bringing up some good points. He's bringing up some good points, but let's continue.
Calling the proper authorities, maybe call a coach. Hey, King John move. He's not with us. He's with the other team. King John move. Instead of them saying move, instead of them getting the proper authorities, alerting the proper authority, get a cop. You got cops out there. Get a cop, tell them to move. No, they do what a lot of them do. They deputize themselves to be the police. Hey, you don't have no pens over here. Get out. They try to control black bodies. That's what they was trying to do. They was trying to control a black body and messed around and got bodied. That's what happened. That's exactly what happened. And this is why we say all the time, not just me, not just this person, that person, you too. You say it all the time. Everybody keep their hands to themselves.
Fact.
Keep your hands to yourself. Don't touch people. Because
see, that's what I say, even with grown adults. Because y'all know there be some adults, you go to Walmart. I done seen some fights now. Let's be for real, let's be honest. I done seen fights in Walmart. I done seen fights at the outlet mall. Right? But if you keep your hands to yourself, you don't have to worry about nothing. But if you get slapped up, pushed, somebody kicks you, somebody slaps you, bam. Nobody is going to stand there and say, thank you for the slap. Like I said, anybody who has any family that's in prison, ask them if one of another inmates slapped them or even pushed them. Even probably walk in front of them wrong or don't say, excuse me. It's about to be some problems, right? It's going to be some problems because that's self-defense. That's defending yourself. Somebody comes up to you and do any of that, you're going to react. But y'all, let's continue. I'm just keeping it 1,000.
You don't get to determine how they respond.
Facts. I agree.
Keep your hands to yourself. You ain't got to worry about physical confrontation. You ain't got to worry about conflict. You got to worry about somebody talking crazy to you. You got to worry about somebody suing you. You got to worry about going to jail. Keep your hands to yourself.
I agree with you.
It's really simple. It's as simple as that. Like, I'm not the dude who's to go to people and say, hey, you ain't got no business right here. You know, if I'm look, this is the most that Austin should have done in that situation. I'm gonna tell you. I'll tell you the most he should have done since since he's the one who had such a problem with it that he had to step to Karmelo. Since it bothered him so much, this is the most he should have done. Hey man, this is our tent. You're not supposed to be over here. Karmelo, well, I ain't moving. Hey, coach.
Facts.
Hey, he said, he said that word. He's over there.
That's what he should have done. Yep.
Officer. Hey, can you tell this guy to move from under our tent? He's not even with our team. Simple. Let people do their job. That's the job of the police. That's the job of coaches. Let them do their job. I can guarantee you, if a coach had approached Karmelo Anthony and said, hey, youngster, what you doing over here? You can't be over here. You need to get from under our tent. Karmelo would have gotten from under that tent.
But also too, let me say this. It was raining. If it was raining and there's somebody under the tent, what does it matter? They're trying to stay from out of the rain just like you are, even though it's your tent. Even though he shouldn't have been in there, whatever, but it's not like he was going over there like slapping people as he's walking in the tent. No, from what I understand, he was like sitting down because somebody that he said that he possibly knew, I think his girlfriend's friends, somebody she knew or something like that, was there in the tent. Now I can see if he went over there causing havoc, going over there fighting or arguing with somebody off the bat when he walks in the tent, like going for the smoke, and then that was a situation. But still, they could go call an adult, call the coach, call somebody who's grown that has the authority to tell him to get out the tent. But y'all, let's continue.
Karmelo was like, you ain't no harder than me. You're just a student. You don't have any authority over me to tell me to move. This ain't your tent. It's the school's tent. You didn't pay for the tent. You don't own the tent. That's what Karmelo's thinking. That's what he's thinking. But Karmelo is also probably thinking, I've seen a lot of guys like him bully black people and try to control black people. I'm not about to be one of those black people. I'm pretty sure that's what he was thinking. You're not going to bully me. You're not going to push me around. I'm going to stand up for myself.
That's right.
And so every now and then.
And everybody in God's green earth is going to stand up for themselves. That's like if somebody comes and breaks in your house, you think that are you going to be if you have a pow or something, a vase to throw at them, you going to let them come in your house and push you and you not do anything? It doesn't matter where you're at. Any time that somebody does something to you and puts their hands on you or does something to you to where it's like, okay, you're causing a situation that didn't have to be escalated like that, it's going to be an ugly outcome. Let's just say, and I'm not saying what Karmelo did was right with as far as like, taking that, but you don't know what you're going to ever do in that situation. I don't care what nobody says. People, when they have situations, no matter what situation they have, sometimes you're not really fully thinking on what and how to react. You just react. You're not going to say, well, let me think about this. Okay, he pushed me. Okay, let me sit back and think. Because by the time you think for 3 seconds, he gonna be hitting you 3 and 4, 5, 6 more times. So y'all, let's continue.
Bullies. This is what happens every now and then. They catch one. Every now and then, it just don't work out like they thought it was gonna work out. And bad things happen. Oh, this absolutely did not have to happen. If it's me, and absolutely knowing that conflict is costly, hey man, you ain't supposed to be good. Oh, well, Well, okay. You know what? Usually when somebody talk like that anyway, they're prepared for you. Anything you got coming, they're prepared. So all that Billy Badass stuff ain't gonna work. You know what? Say, it ain't got nothing to do with being scared. It's about following protocol. So just in case something do go down, you know, you are on the right side of the law.
Facts.
More importantly, on the right side of the dirt. No more talk.
Wow. Well, with that being said, y'all, I mean, it's sad, it's sad, it's sad, but I stand my ground as to right and what's wrong. I don't care what color he is because I'm not saying just because he's a black man, I'm saying no. Because even if the roles were reversed, I would say the same thing. I would say the exact same thing. I would not just go over there and say this or that just because. No, I don't believe in that. I believe what is right and what is wrong. No matter how you slice it, chop it up, dice it, it is what it is. But my thing is, like I said, is the news reporting this stuff? And I haven't heard the news, but I heard it reported from a lot of other different independent journalists, YouTubers. I heard a lot of what Willie D is saying, what this other video was saying, all of this stuff. I heard a lot of other stuff that they were that they're not reporting on the news. Yeah, a lot. A lot. So we can't say that oh, because he's a black man, this, that, and the third. No, I'm not going for that. I'm really not going for that. But anywho, if y'all don't know, my baby Jamil Peterson, he had his movie premiere. So we were on the red carpet. We're gonna switch it up a little bit as we go out the door. But we were at the movie premiere, and he did we were on the red carpet, and yeah, the movie premiere was sold out. 2 shows were sold out. Everything was great. We had a great time last weekend. I think it was last weekend, his movie premiere, like last was it last Saturday. Last Saturday, I think the weekend on the 23rd. But this is us right here on the red carpet. So I wanted to share this with y'all. We on the red carpet.
No, act like you don't see nothing about it. You know, act like
That's what I want to see. My baby talking about Illuminati event style. We down with the Illuminati Dotty people. Absolutely not. No. Not the naughty dotty people. Oh no. But this is on our way to the movie premiere. Let me see this one. Oh, this is us on the way to the movie premiere. Oh, I have to mute it because I don't want to get in trouble by YouTube. I don't want to get in trouble. But this is us going to the movie premiere. We had a great time, y'all. We had a great time. Yes, we had a great time. The movie premiere was awesome and amazing. We had a great time. So let me hold on, let me switch it back because I'm just trying to, because I ain't been here. I ain't been on YouTube in a minute, y'all. I ain't been on YouTube in a hot minute. But hold on, let's see. Let me see what else we have. Let me see. Oh, okay. This is the all white party. Let me put the mute because I don't want YouTube to be trying to, put the night lights out on me. But this is the all white party at the movie premiere. So I just want to share our little movie premiere because I didn't like share, I guess, it on live. So this is just pictures and little, sharing a little bit with y'all. So hold on, let me see what else we got. Then we gonna close it out. Oh, this is one of my favorite videos. And I would play the music, but like I said, I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to get in too much trouble. So this is us on our way to the movie premiere. Okay, that's enough about that. Anywho, y'all. So in a nutshell, just saying it's sad on both ends for Carmelo's family, for the Metcalf family. It's sad. It happened. We cannot change anything. But moving forward, all I'm saying is thank you, Tammy. Thank you. Thank you. Ooh, my baby did a great job in that movie. Y'all know it's the second movie, and this movie's going to be on Amazon Prime in 2 weeks. So y'all can see the movie on Amazon Prime in 2 weeks. So yes, yes, yes. I was so proud of my baby. I was so proud. And they had Will Smith's best friend and the real Rick Ross was also in the movie with Jamil. So yeah, yeah, yeah. So it was good. Look, I sound like Charleston White. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But anyway, so yeah, so that's all I'm saying. It didn't matter if it was like two white boys, two black boys, two same race. It's sad, period, point blank. But we never know. Whenever we're in situations, we never know how we're gonna react. We got in a really bad car accident. I didn't know how I was going to react, right? I didn't know. Any situation that you're put in, you don't know how you're going to react. Sometimes it may be too late because in this situation, a crime sadly had occurred in the midst of this sad situation. But I want to say, whenever you do something, you push somebody, you put them hands on somebody, it's not going to be a good situation. Not going to be a good situation. When you taunt people, when you provoke them and you put hands, most and first and foremost, you put hands, feet, kettlebells, or whatever. Look at Diddy. Diddy was doing the same thing, but he didn't unalive. Well, let me back that out because we trying to figure out what happened to the baby mama. But anyway, when you lay hand, feet, and kettlebells and do all kind of stuff, you do. You know, go to places like I'm saying for Diddy. But with Carmelo, he's going to serve time, I believe. And I believe that they shouldn't be charging him with murder either. Because the difference, and I'm gonna look this up and probably do a video, maybe a short video or a short. But for murder, I think that's really excessive. I really think that is. And I'm saying because it's not like he had a pow pow or the knife and just intentionally went to, do, what he did. It was a situation or altercation that was ensued that happened. So why is he being charged with murder? That's a little bit too steep. Why not manslaughter? That's why I feel this case is not fair, and I do believe to a certain extent, a lot extent, it is like racially kind of like segregated. It really is. Let's just be for real. Let's be honest. And in front of the courthouse, they're saying that people are crashing out. White folks is crashing out, and the black folks is crashing out too. I'm being fair. Both are crashing out. But the best way to handle it is just to, because there's some YouTubers that's there, they're trying to be, just transparent, just trying to mind their own business and not try to get in the mess on either side. They just want to report what's going on. And that's the best way to be. Just report what is going on. Just report the truth, and the truth shall set you free. If it's a lie, you're gonna have to be like, oh man, I can't remember what I lied about. Oh snap! Did I tell them that the sky was purple or pink or blue or silver? Whenever you have a truth, the truth will never change. Just like a zebra's stripes, tigers, their stripes, never change. They never change. They're always going to be black and white, orange, or whatever color the tigers are, black and white. Whenever you tell the truth and you report the truth, you don't have to go back and say, oh, I can't, oh, I said this, oh, no, I meant, oh, no, oh, hold on. No. If you're reporting true, factual information, then you shouldn't have to worry about nothing. You shouldn't have to watch your back. You shouldn't have to be like, oh, no, don't have to do that. So everybody's entitled to their own opinion. We love everybody here at the lounge. Like I said a million times, we do. I don't have I have family members, some family members that are gay, some family members are of another religion, some of another nationality. We love everybody here at the lounge. I don't care who it is. Just like with Daryl Brooks. Do y'all remember Daryl Brooks? Do y'all remember that demonic entity? Hold on, y'all. Because I was up on Daryl Brooks' court case. And y'all know, so sad. Y'all put a one in the chat if y'all know Daryl Brooks. Put a one in the chat if y'all know that demon. Put a one in the chat if y'all know that demonic entity. Daryl Brooks. Daryl Brooks. Demon. Black man from Waukesha, Wisconsin. Do y'all remember when Daryl Brooks was going to court because he didn't got in the car and he unalived some kids and some adults? And I think they were all white. He was black. And he crashed out. Do y'all remember that demon? I said they need to send him to HE double hockey sticks LL in gasoline draws. Daryl Brooks was a monster. And that's why I said I don't care. I don't care what color you are. Wrong is wrong, right is right. I don't care. But this demon monster right here, I'm gonna show you this demon monster right here, because when I say he was demonic, and shout out to that judge. Oh my God, I felt so bad for the judge, and my heart goes out to her because I think this court case, yeah, 3 years ago. This court case was 3 years ago, right? And I watched the whole court case. I wasn't doing YouTube back then, but man, if I was doing YouTube, oh, it would have been on and popping. I would have been in that court. I would have been catching all of that intel. But Daryl Brooks, he went and unalived, like I said, a couple, I think one or two kids and some adults. So sad. I felt so sad for the family members. So sad. But he cut up so bad in court. I was like, I can't wait till they send him to prison. I cannot wait till they send him to prison and let them other inmates I don't condone violence. But he gave the judge such a hard time. I mean, when I say narcissistic to the ultimate, I was like, I can't wait till he goes to jail. I cannot wait for him to go to jail for them other inmates so he can run his mouth the way he was running it and being disrespectful to that judge. But y'all, let's listen and watch this stare down. When I say he was rude, I mean disrespectful to the judge, telling her to shut up and all kind of stuff. I've never seen a court case that was this bad. And you would thought that this court case was like a Hollywood movie, but this was real. I mean, y'all, this little demon right here, it is wait, hold on. Unbelievable. Unbelievable how he let me see. Hold on. How he was acting with the judge. And we just gonna listen to this 1 minute clip because I'm telling you he was a demon. So let's listen. Let me listen.
Well, I got this is to benefit you so that no, you not. Understand that is to benefit as a prior record. Your Honor, when I leave the table, I'm away from the courtroom and I have to elevate my voice. This is the alleged record of Abel Scott. Stop talking. Oh, man. Like, I don't know who y'all be thinking y'all fooling. I accept the value, return for value.
Can y'all see how this demon is talking to the judge? Y'all, this case was viral back 3 years ago. I'm telling you, I wish I would have went to this court case because I could not believe how he was treating this judge. And the judge, I love this judge. I love this judge. Thank you for the gift. Thank you. Let me see. I think Mandy, thank you for the gift. I appreciate it. Thank you. But this monster, this demonic monster, was talking to this judge so bad. And when the court case ended, people praised the judge. I was like, my heart went out to this judge because she was like really very professional. But I know at the end of the day, she was probably cursing, saying this little demon monster. I can't wait for this court case to be finished because he was crazy. But anyway, let's see.
One more interruption and you're going to be removed to the next court.
That's what you want to do anyway.
It's not what I want to do.
Hold on. Somebody said grounds. Okay, we got some people who know about Daryl Brooks in here. He was always saying grounds, and he represented himself. Can y'all believe the demon represented himself in court? This demonic, narcissistic monster represented himself, and he thought that he didn't do anything wrong. He used his mother's vehicle to run into a crowd of people in Waukesha, Wisconsin during Christmas and unalived one or two kids and some adults. And he has a nasty disposition in talking to the judge, super greasy. Listen to what he's saying.
So Your Honor, I believe he has 7 prior criminal convictions. The OWI second from 1997, and OWI third from 1997, and OWI fourth from 2003.
Look at him. Look at the devil.
From 2006. I need to take a break. This man right now is having a stare down with me. It's very disrespectful. He pounded his fist. Frankly, it makes me scared. And we're taking a break.
Y'all, this demon, this is what I'm saying. Look, wrong is wrong and right is right. I don't care what color you are. There's demons in every race. There's demons in every race. I don't hold my tongue for none of them. I don't care what color they are. I do not care. But this joker right here, listen to what he says to the judge. Listen to what he says. Crazy. Listen to what you're on. Listen, let me let it play. Listen to what this demon says. I felt the judge, she was, oh my God, she was getting, and I wanted to send her something personally, but they said she was getting so much mail, so much flowers, so many like sympathy cards for putting up with Daryl Brooks and his shenanigans. I was like, oh my God, my lipsticks are going away. But y'all, check this out. Listen to this demon. Listen to this demon. This is what I'm saying. There's demon. This a demon. This is a demon.
Don't even tell the jury the truth.
He is crazy. He is crazy. Daryl Brooks is a monster. You telling me you didn't unalive some people and you think that you're gonna come in here and talk greasy to the judge? I mean, y'all, this is crazy. Let's continue.
Thank you, everyone. Please be seated.
Hold on. Canadian chick, you are hilarious. Are we gonna discuss subject matter expert? That's what he was jurisdiction. Laughing out. I was always laughing at that. My baby says pure survival. Yes, this is pure survival. When I say I thought this was like a Hollywood show. This was real court. I could not believe it, y'all. I could not believe it. Yes, smash the like button. My baby says smash the like button, y'all. Let's listen to this demon. Cause I'm telling you, he had the audacity to come in here and show out and give Judge Darrow a hard time. I remember her name, Judge Darrow. Thank you for the gift. Thank you. Somebody sent me a gift. Thank you. Judge Darrow, he gave Judge Darrow he's crazy, but y'all, let's listen. Let's listen, y'all. This is hilarious, but crazy, funny, but I felt so bad for her. Let's continue.
I would like an update on whether Mr. Brooks filled out a subpoena for Don Woods and provided that to the state. Has that been done?
No, we haven't received anything, Your Honor, and obviously she can appear here voluntarily if Mr. Brooks wants to arrange that. I don't believe a subpoena is necessary. We had subpoenaed her and she was under state subpoena. So I know that at least some point she had notice, but our position would be, Your Honor, that we will not be responsible in any fashion for producing Ms. Woods. Mr. Brooks talks to her on a daily basis. If he wants her here, he can produce her on Monday.
Yeah, they ain't gotta worry about that.
So I just wanted to know, because I know subpoena form was filled out. So
If I want her to be here, she gonna be here.
Did y'all hear what he said? If I want her to be here, she gonna be here. He was talking about his baby mom, I believe, because his baby mother, he abused her, and she would Daryl Brooks, the demon, hit her with the car. So I think this is the point where they were discussing if she's gonna be there in court or whatever, because he was representing himself. The demon was representing his demon twin, his own self. But y'all, let's continue.
she could certainly appear.
Ain't even gotta be no arrangement. All I gotta say is come. She gonna come.
Judge Darrow, shout out to Judge Darrow.
Mr. Brooks, do you intend to call her as a witness? Because I'm directing you to have her here.
He's still the one at the beginning, man. Like, I don't even want to be in here that much longer. Just do what you gotta do so I can get up out of here. I'm tired of being in the courtroom that has no integrity whatsoever. How can you even?
Do you see how this, hey Oatmeal, do you see how this demon is talking to Judge Darrow, y'all? I'm telling you this, he is shot out, y'all. But let's continue. You didn't unalive, it was like, I think a total of, and correct me if I'm wrong, you guys, it was like 6 or 7 people. He took his mother's car and ran through the Christmas parade in Waukesha, Wisconsin, and you up here talking to the Judge Greasy? That's why you got a 50-11 life sentences, Daryl Brooks, demonic entity. You got a 50-11 demonic, 50-11 life sentences, and you are where you belong. They should have put you up under the prison. But y'all, let's continue.
I need to make a record of some.
I need to make a record too.
You don't.
Because I won't get a chance to do that.
All right. I need to make a record. He's being removed to the other courtroom. He is yelling at me. He's not going to let me make a statement or make the record that I need to make. He hasn't sat down for the better part of 2 hours.
The whole defense always want.
Not holding you against him.
This is criminal and civil. So
I need to clear the doors because I do need to pay.
what you know what's coming.
I need him to go to the
If
other
it's civil,
courtroom because I do need to put some things on the record should reflect
track between
that Mr. Brooks is yelling at me.
it's the crime,
He is
who makes the claim, and what
he is. I will make the record when we get back. I will step off, but Mr. Brooks, you're being taken to the next courtroom.
Don't try to address me like that, like we cool. You don't have no integrity. How can you be?
Do y'all see Daryl Brooks? He said you don't got no integrity, though. And y'all, he didn't even want Judge Darrow to call him Daryl Brooks. Sir, I believe that's what your mama named you. So that's what's on this document. You don't want me to call you Daryl Brooks? Really? Y'all, let's check out some more content, y'all. I'm just wrapping it back, showing y'all about the
Has the ability to question you about that or question this witness and to look at the veracity of what your claims are here. So I may take an early lunch. If that's in your cell, then you can go get it and bring it. But without that letter, I'm not allowing this line of questioning.
Oh, Canadian chick said he got more than 800 years in prison. Yeah, they gave him multiple life sentences. I was like, good. What happened to the electric chair? Do they have that in Wisconsin? You should have gave him that. He was a monster, a demonic monster. But y'all, let's listen. Let's continue watching this.
Do you have the letter with you in court?
I just said no. How many times I gotta say the same thing on record?
You know, sometimes, sir, I don't hear what you say because you interrupt me so much or you answer quietly. And I'm taking notes and I'm focused on probably a dozen things at the same time.
But if I say something under my breath, everybody seems to hear it. Everybody sees these.
If I work with, yes, we can hear it very clear.
Everybody assumes that it has to be disparaging.
Once again, you're doing this tactic.
Because
Try to
it's not his friends.
to some other reason.
Because I find it hard to believe that
I'm gonna let the state.
nobody hears what I'm saying.
I'm gonna let the state make a record of why they believe it's objectionable because I haven't let them do that. I've given you both.
Does anybody know in the building, do they have the electric chair option in Wisconsin? Do y'all know if they have the electric chair option? Because this is what they should have sentenced him to if they had that option. But he got a whole lot of life sentences, 800 years, I think Canadian girl said. 800 and something years. I mean, that ain't even enough, because maybe his soul still be they should have just put him in the electric chair and just maybe send him to HE double hockey sticks and gasoline draws that way, because he was so disrespectful. But y'all, let's continue listening to this monster.
Opportunities to tell me why you believe this.
Get these pictures from nobody else. Why was somebody else
Like you have two pictures that you believe were from this witness.
that I know is from
No, that you believe.
that I know?
All right.
Somebody said the judge is fine as ASF. Yeah, she's beautiful. Judge Darrow's a beautiful judge and young too. I want to say Judge Darrow at that time during this trial, I think she was like 41 or something like that. Beautiful woman, beautiful judge. And then he coming in there talking. I want to pop him upside and see. I don't believe in, putting hands on nobody, but this may be a case where he needed to be popped upside his head. You know how your kids ain't cut up, whatever, you pop them upside the head. Stop talking to that. Stop talking to that judge like that. He's a mess.
That's the state position of this.
My position, Your Honor, is that these pictures, first of all, should not be admissible. One, because of the discovery violation. We've never seen that before. Two, because we have reason to believe that he did not get them from Erica Patterson. It's on a jail phone call talking to his mother, Dawn Woods, about Dawn Woods sending his photographs to him. Now,
That's a lie. I checked.
Let the state.
And that prosecution team was a beast. I gotta give it to him. All the prosecutors on that prosecution team, oh man, they was eating him up left and right. I was dying laughing, and this trial went on for weeks. I can't remember exactly how long, but when I say they was on their A game, oh, they served him up. I mean, they gave him 24 pieces and 2 biscuits and some life sentences to go.
Make the argument without interruptions.
That's a lie.
three, I believe that these photographs are designed to make a suggestion to the jury that Erica Patterson is a bad mom. I think that is what the defendant is trying to do. And if we're going to go down that road, then we would be forced to counter that claim. First of all, it doesn't make her an incredible witness, if it's even true. And second of all, if we go down that road, we would be forced to counter that claim by pointing out that not only does the defendant not live with the child in question, he doesn't live with any of the other children that he has. He impregnated Erica Patterson when she was a minor in Nevada. And for doing so, he was convicted of statutory sex.
Oh yeah, he was a PDFer too. He was a PDFer, and he was a whole criminal, and he thought he was a rapper too. And he had dreads in his hair, looking like a little dirty boy, looking like a little dirty street boy, I call him. He was a mess, y'all, a mess.
Guilty in March of 2007 to that felony offense and is a sex offender on the registry as a result. So if there's any causation that would lead to Erica Patterson being a bad mom, Mr. Brooks has a direct role in that causation.
And that's further I won't answer that.
I'm not.
Because that's a lie.
Let
Because
the
at the end of the day, since he want to make a record and not be accurate. So let's be accurate on the record since you think you know so much.
Once
So
again, yes, interrupting and let he is over the top. I am right. Mr. Brooks, I'm ordering you to sit down and to let this.
No, I'm not going to see
Get him, Judge Darrow.
I moved from the courtroom. And you know what? Let me dial that back. We're just going to take an early lunch, 1 hour. We'll be back. And unless he brings that letter, we'll need to go. Will not be questioned. And under 906.11, I will declare you cross-examination. You were in recess.
Get him, Judge Darrow. Get him. Oh my God. I was so glad when Judge Darrell snapped on him and she was just saying what she had to say. Now, bye, see you later. Go back to your jail cell, little dirty boy. He is, I watched that trial and I wish I was on YouTube then because I'm telling you, that demon, he was a piece of work. It was loving myself is laughing. That demon was a piece of work, y'all. I'm telling you, I was like, oh, I'll be like, y'all remember AT&T? I was like, I want to reach out and touch him, but oh my God, he was doing the most on the coast, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Let's listen to another little like short clip because he was it was crazy on the stuff that he was saying and doing. It was hilarious. Let's listen to this 5 minute clip, y'all. Let's listen. Let's see. Cause he showed his natural badonkadonk, y'all. Let's see. Uh-oh. Let me see.
Mr. Brooks, I am not the custodian. Bring it up with the clerk of court. I'm not addressing it.
How am I supposed to do that? So that makes me wonder is what's being if it's
Mr. Brooks, the jury's coming out. I'm not going to address your request for open records. That's not the custodian of the records, sir.
My sensitive trust is being sued. Civil.
Mr. Brooks, this is an irrelevant matter that you're attempting to bring up in the presence of the jury. The record should reflect these interruptions. I told you I wasn't going to address it. Please.
Okay, so it's a civil matter. Who's being sued? My sensitive trust because I cannot be.
Mr. Brooks, you're talking about an irrelevant matter between you and the clerk of court.
So I got the paperwork from the clerk of court. So
Mr. Brooks, I'm not going to address it. The jury will disregard these irrelevant statements.
you have an address subject.
All right, thank you.
That's right. He was always saying we ain't addressed the subject matter. What did he say? Subject matter something. He will always say, or he was always like grounds. This Joker thought he could go in there and represent himself after you unalived all those people, and then you got the nerve to be talking crazy and disrespectful in Judge Darrell's courtroom, sir. Who do you think you are? You only doing it because she's a female. She's a beautiful female, and you thought that you could talk to your baby mama and run her over and do like that. You're not doing that in Judge Darrow's courtroom. But she tried to hold it together as much as she could because I know when she went in that back, she was cussing, and I mean she was probably dropping some F-bombs too, talking about this mother get on my nerves. But y'all, let's continue.
Please be seated. The jury will disregard the statements Mr. Brooks is making about subject matter jurisdiction. They are a misstatement of the law.
Yes. No,
All right, and
just like this civil case.
Mr. Brooks, the jury's here. Please show respect and decorum.
According to this document, this is
Mr. Brooks, please stop.
which means someone is being sued. Civil is a suit.
Mr. Brooks, you're talking about an irrelevant matter. I'm starting the trial.
Of course, right here it says it's a civil matter.
Mr. Brooks has nothing to do with this case. I have no idea what you're talking about. So excuse the jury right now, given this disruption. I'll rise for the jury.
It should be probably addressed before the jury even comes out. That's why I'm trying to be addressed before we even went on the rest.
Mr. Brooks, stop.
I'm not gonna. This is
You are not being respectful to this proceeding, to this jury. No, it's not. With all due respect, stating that doesn't make it respectful. Mr. Brooks.
Can y'all tell me how this Joker killed unalive, I should say, unalive all of these people, like 8 people, and come in here talking crazy? And I watch a lot of court cases, and maybe I miss some, but I've never seen. Okay, I'm back, y'all. I'm back. Somebody just kicked me out for some reason. I've never seen anybody go to court and have unalived 6 or 7 people and then talk to the judge crazy. That's crazy. Y'all, let's continue. Smash the like button, y'all. Let's continue listening to this.
Out.
before they came out.
I'm not going to address it.
Outline to address it though. You're supposed to do all the addressings before the jury comes out, before we start the matter.
Please be seated.
Simply address paperwork that was given to me by you, Your Honor. That's
Mr. Brooks,
This states
you have interrupted me repeatedly. You are on the verge of being removed to that courtroom. I
Remove
don't
him.
want to do that. I want you to stay here. But you keep interrupting me and bringing up irrelevant matters. I told you yesterday, as a courtesy that was provided to you, so that you
Y'all, he got Judge Darrow to where she had to stand up. She had to stand up and talk to this demonic entity in her courtroom. Judge Darrow was hotter than fish grease. I wish she had y'all. You know those. You know on Hollywood on TV, they be having all kind of crazy. I wish she had a button where she could just push the button and he could just fall to the bottom floor where maybe a cell was at where he could land in. I wish there was that because he was. I'm telling you, ultimately disrespectful. But y'all, let's continue.
frankly not complain that you didn't get it as quickly as possible. Okay. I am not the custodian of the records. If you have an issue with what was provided to you, how it was provided to you, then take it up with the clerk of court. But from now on, I'm not going to be the messenger and give you documents that you request to the custodian of the records or from the custodian of the records. They will simply have to be delivered to you at the jail. But that is in response to your discussion or whatever we want to call it this morning. I'm not taking it up. Right? It is irrelevant.
It needed to be noted for the record.
It doesn't need to be noted, sir. All right. The jury's coming back out, and I'm going to warn you if you bring this up again, I will pause and I will remove you to the next courtroom for being disrespectful, for being interruptive, for being disruptive, and for bringing up irrelevant matters in front of this jury. You will forfeit your right to be present for the direct examination of this witness.
I object to
Did you hear what I said?
I object to that, Your Honor.
Well, you can object, and your objection is noted, but if you interrupt when this jury comes out, they will go, I will have them taken out again, and you will be removed to the next courtroom.
You can't, what is the legal basis for that ruling, Your Honor?
Illinois versus Allen, sir, and all of the other cases that I've cited previously, I'll the appropriate record. Stop interrupting me. The jury's coming out. We're continuing with this trial despite your repeated efforts to disrupt. Yesterday, sit down. Yesterday alone, sir, 17 interruptions, not including the opportunity that I gave you where you spent.
Judge Darrow was keeping tabs on him. She said 17 interruptions. Y'all, I'm telling you, I believe when he went to prison with his 50, 11, 100,000 years of life sentences that he got from Judge Darrow, I believe when he went in there, he was quiet as a church mouse. Because these type of narcissistic demonic entities, when they get up in the prison, they don't have nothing to say. They don't have nothing to say to nobody. He's talking tough right here, talking to Judge Darrow like as if she's a street girl on the street, like he's in the hood, talking to the judge like this, knowing that he didn't unalive all these people. Y'all, let's continue to listen to this joker. He crazy. He is crazy.
Minutes discussing what were primarily either irrelevant or baseless accusations and requests not based in law or fact.
Thank you, baby.
I couldn't be patient with you yesterday.
And you still have to verify by proof any of what
That is required, sir. And your belief that that's the law doesn't make it so, Mr. Brooks. Your belief that these are legitimate legal positions doesn't change the law and doesn't make it so. So again,
relevant because you didn't want to
step up and give Mr. Brooks 5 minutes to cool off. And
I'm not angry.
We will.
I just wanted to meet. I don't.
Oh my God. Yo, he is a master. Bill Peterson said you cook Gene Deal's kneecap. Gene Deal kneecaps? Gene Deal kneecaps? Wait, hold on. You cook Gene Deal's kneecaps. You was a mess, babe. What happened? Hold on. There's something, hold on. Gene Deal's kneecaps? What's going on with Gene Deal's kneecaps, babe? Hold on. Wait a minute now. Hold up, y'all. We gotta see where so Judge Darrow put let me go over here. Judge Darrow, she put the demon, she put him in a whole nother what's it called? A whole nother I think it was right here. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, right here. She kicks him out. Thank you, baby. I had over 400 people in the building. Yeah, I did. Okay, let me get it back up. Let's play this part. This is where Judge Darrow kicks the demon out the courtroom because he don't know how to act. So she had the police to get him and take him to another courtroom, and she could talk to him on the what's it called, like on the TV or whatever. But y'all, let's listen.
Is he still?
Your Honor, I'm not allowed to
The
be.
answer stands. There's no question to which to object.
To that there is.
You can't testify at the moment. If you want to provide further information after she is done testifying.
Oh, thank you for whoever sent me a present. I didn't catch it. Okay. Mark sent me a present. Thank you for the present. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And y'all could just smash the like button to support my channel. I would appreciate it. Thank y'all. We listened to the crash out. Daryl Brooks and his crash out. Let's continue.
That opportunity. Your objection is overruled.
I'll be able to stay right there so I can ask the question.
It's not your time yet. You have to wait. So this is the final warning. Okay, I've given you a lot of leeway today.
You have not, Your Honor. You haven't. No.
I am turning to Attorney Opper. It is her opportunity, her turn to ask this witness a question.
And it is my right to be able to object, just like she objected when I was asked.
Right. And when the court rules on an objection, usually the party who objects stays silent. Rule on the objection.
It's so funny how he don't even know like the rules of the court. And I'm no judge, I'm no attorney. I don't know, like, a lot of the legal lingo words, but he is representing himself and he doesn't even know how the respect goes. And I mean, we know he's off the chain. The demon is off the chain while he's going through this court hearing, but he doesn't even know when to say like certain things, when to shut up, when to do certain things. But y'all, let's continue. This is Daryl Brooks. He unalived, like, I want to say 8 people, and quote me if I'm wrong, you guys. It was like 8 people he unalived 3 or 4 years ago in Waukesha, Wisconsin. And he's talking to the judge, being disrespectful after after he unalived all those people. And he's being very disrespectful. But y'all, let's listen, because Judge Darrow, she kicked him out the courtroom. Let's continue.
Parties don't debate the ruling. It's noted for appeal. And then we move on.
Then I would like to put you on notice that I will be appealing that judicial decision that you are making.
Next question, Attorney Opper.
The judicial determination.
Stolen how? While on COVID protocol, does Mr. Brooks have access to the tablets in his jail cell?
Yes, ma'am.
And that tablet has legal materials available for him to access if he so chooses. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And while he is on COVID protocol, does he have access to the conference room, which also contains a computer with further legal materials?
Yes, ma'am.
And nothing about the protocol would restrict his access to any of those materials. Is that correct?
Correct, ma'am.
And you've indicated
Object to that respectfully, Your Honor.
So an objection goes to whether there's lots of rules of evidence that apply. But if you're objecting to her answer,
is he standing up and preparing to get his back blown out by other inmates while he goes into the jail cell? Why isn't he sitting down? Y'all put a one in the chat. Is he preparing for the position to get his back blown out and his tasty cakes taken when he goes over there in the Wisconsin prison? He is standing in position. I'm telling you, I'm not seeing if I can do an update on his case and see what happened when he went into the prison. Because I can imagine how he was acting. I bet you he was like a little church mouse. He was probably scared, intimidated, and was like, I'm not saying no, I ain't messing with nobody up in here. I hope they gave him 24 pieces and 12 biscuits to go. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you for the gift. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
Sure, that's a different thing. You can argue the meeting of that lynch. Okay, but then you have to say objection before she answers. You objected after she answered. The objection is noted, it's overruled, her answer may stand. Next question.
You're aware that there has been digital discovery made available to Mr. Brooks for him to view in the Waukesha County Jail, correct?
Overruled, she may answer.
Correct. He would view that digital discovery on the computer in the conference room in his pod, correct?
Respectfully object to that.
May answer. Correct now.
And
So you gonna overrule everything, Your Honor?
All right, Mr. Brooks, you have got to stop. It's fine if you object. I will rule.
This Joker is shot out. Does he need some type of some crazy medication, y'all? Does he need to take? Does somebody need to give him a shot, his crazy shot or crazy pill that he didn't miss? I mean, he is off the chain. Let's get
On it as I deem appropriate under the rules of evidence, which, by the way, I provided a copy for you. See that big book over there?
Get him,
It has the
Judge.
criminal statutes, it has the traffic code, and has the rules of evidence. Well, it's on your table, it's behind the microphone, and it's there. I've provided it to you as a courtesy so that you have that available.
Thank you, Deborah. Deborah sent a gift. Thank you. Thank you guys all. I appreciate and love each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much for supporting my channel, y'all. We is on our way to 100K. We are on our way to 100K. So please, if you guys have not already, please subscribe to my channel. We is back, y'all. We is back. We is back. Y'all, let's continue listening to Daryl Brooks and his narky narc ways. It was narking season around this time of his court case. He was narking. The narcs come out at night. Hey, the narcs come out at night. He's a narc. But I bet you when he got to that Wisconsin prison, oh, there was some narcs that were narking harder than him. But y'all, let's continue.
All right, I'm directing the bailiffs.
When I say narc, a narcissist. If y'all, I know a lot of people know about the narcissist. I call them narcs. The narcs be narking. But y'all, let's continue.
I've provided ample opportunity for Mr. Brooks to abide by the simple.
Pang, how are you? Welcome. I miss y'all too. I know I've been off of YouTube Live for a while, but I am back. I miss y'all too. I miss each and every one of y'all. But we back, y'all. Let's continue listening to this narky narc.
And civility.
Your Honor, I don't
Is
consent or agree to what you are doing.
your lack of consent is noted for the
I
record.
don't give consent to it and stop it. I don't.
I'll make a more full record when we are open again to the public.
I don't give consent to be removed.
Madam Reporter, the record the court is stepping off the bench. You may step off.
I move for a motion to dismiss. You still haven't even ruled on the claim. There's no one that even has a claim against me here.
Judge Dar was like, boy, if you don't go sit down somewhere, I'm gone. I'm gone. I had enough of you, Daryl Brooks. You're a headache. You're a thorn in my behind. I don't have time for you. She walked off the stand. She was like, I'm done. Take him back to prison. Put him up under the jail cell. I bet you, boy. I bet you. I'm telling you. I know that I don't know for sure, but I'm more than sure when he got that the donkadonk up there with his back bent out like he was ready to, get his back blown out. Oh, they blown his back out and probably, gave him some 12 pieces and 24 biscuits to go. Because this case, it was so huge. And plus, I know some of those family members probably were in prison. Like some of the family members that passed away, maybe, or some people that maybe even know him was probably already in prison. Y'all know how it is when people be coming in prison. We know, especially these high profile cases, and then you got family members, cousins, sisters, brothers that are in the prison, and they waiting. They like, oh, we can't wait to get Daryl Brooks. Oh, they like Diddy. Oh, I like it, Daddy. I can't wait to get. I can't wait to Daryl Brooks get in here. I bet you they tore him a whole new frame, y'all. But I'm not gonna keep y'all. Thank you guys, all of my mods, and every one of y'all that came in that liked the live. If you didn't like it, please hit the like button. But we have our differences. We have our maybe same thoughts, opinions. Maybe we don't. But I love each and every one of you guys. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but we will keep you guys in the loop on what's going on with the Carmelo Anthony situation. I just wanted to show y'all this Daryl Brooks, because that was a big court case a few years ago, and this is like a true demon. But it was crazy. I mean, I had a lot of laughs, but I felt so bad for Judge Darrow. But she got so much love from so many people. A lot of people were sending her. It was like to the point where it was like so much stuff. I think it took her a while to even get through all of the mail and stuff like that. Thank you, thank you, Terrence, for the gift. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. So it took Judge Darrell, from what I can remember, it took her a long time to go through all of the mail. She was getting flowers. People were sending her all kind of stuff from all over the world. This how big this trial was, and because Daryl Brooks is who he was, narky narc was narking, and they felt so bad for her. But shout out to Judge Darrow. I don't know what she's doing now. I need to check on Judge Darrow. Because Judge Darrow, she held it down the best way she could. I mean, she held it down the best way she could in that crazy demonic with that crazy demonic entity in her courtroom. But y'all, I'm not gonna keep y'all. I'm gonna go live again tomorrow. We're gonna see what's going on. Y'all know Umar finessed 3 times, y'all. Why is he over here at the schoolhouse talking about breaking news? The floors have been done at the school. I mean, can you tell us where these people's money is at, sir? Why aren't you in prison? You scammed all these people. I ain't say the whole black community. You scammed these black people out of money, and then you acting like you ain't did nothing wrong. And you got everything to say except for where these people's money at. But we gonna see. We're gonna go live tomorrow. We're gonna find something to go live about, because there's a couple of stuff, a couple of things going on here and there. But this Carmelo Anthony case is really huge, very viral. And shout out to both families. My heart goes out to both of them equally. But we gonna see what happens, what transpires. But all I'm saying is I'm for the right. No matter what color you are, what religion, what your sexual preferences. We don't care. We just want what's right. What is right? What is right? That's all we care about. But love you guys. And y'all, we gonna go live again. And always lead with love, peace, and tranquility. As I always say, y'all, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye.